Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Isyraf and I'm going to tell about how the cells has been identified. Okay, first of all, this is the history of cells, a unifying concepts, the history of cells, what is cells and when it has been identified. Okay, this is the article citation. This is the article citations, and then the it had been right by Paulo Mazzarello in 1999. A unifying concepts, the history of cell theory, nature cell, biology 1 in bracket 5 E13 to E15, and that's the link of the articles. Okay, in this article uh, we are going to see all of this list, the research objective. First of all, we are going to identify the relation between the microscope and the cells. Secondly, we are going to show how discoveries identified that all living things are made of cells, to highlight debate and controversies about cells. And lastly, to find the answers about how the first living cell originated from non-living matter. Okay, this is the methodology of this article. The author examines writing scientific papers and books from the 70th to 90th centuries, such as Hooke micrographia, Schleiden, Schwann's works, Virchow's cellular pathology. Other than that, we are going to describe how different scientists such as Hooke, Leeuwenhoek, Brown, Schleiden, Schwann make an assumption about cells. Okay, this is the key findings. This is the key findings of this article. First of all, the microscope invention has changed the world of biology. This is because in the early 1600 century, the researchers named Kirchhoff, Swammerdam, and Leeuwenhoek, the scientists from Europe, observed microorganisms, blood cells, and embryos by using microscope. So the invention of microscope has made the scientists easy to see all the living things such as blood cells, embryos, and all things. Uh, Other than that, in 1665, Robert Hooke coined the term cells when studying cork. Right. Okay, in the early cell discoveries in 1700 centuries to 1830 centuries, uh, one of the scientists saw the nucleus in animal cells named Felis Fontana. And other than that, Robert Brown in 1831 named the nucleus as a key cell structure. And in 1830s, the meter microscope improved the accuracy. Okay, the cell theory in 1838 to 1850s. Matthew Leiden 1838, all plants are made of cells. In 1839, Theodor Schwamm, all animals are made of cells. Together, the cell theory, all living things are made of cells. Okay, that's the idea. Rudolf Virchow in 1850s. Omnis cellular e cellular means that every cells come from another cells. Okay. This is the spontaneous generation debate between the scientists. Okay. The old belief life could arise from non-living matter. Okay. First theory. Secondly, Lazarus Spallanzani 70s showed organisms come from other organisms, and Louis Pasteur in 1800 centuries finally disproved spontaneous generations. Okay, inside the cells in 1800 centuries to 1900 centuries, scientists discovered that cytoplasm, originally called protoplasm, nucleus, chromatin. Walter Fleming described mitosis in 1882. Mitochondria, Benda 1898, Golgi apparatus, and by late 1800 century, main organelles identified. Sorry. Personal critique and interpretation. Okay, this is my personal critique and interpretation. The positive critique that I could tell about this article, it has a clear historical narrative. The article successfully condensed over 200 years of discoveries into a logical timeline. As what we can see, all the info is very clear. All right, we can see all the info from the late 1600 century and all is complete. Okay, other than that, my perspective critique, it covers multiple perspective. It doesn't just praise the discoveries, but also discusses mistakes. Okay, like we have the spontaneous generation debate. They have their personal ideology. Okay, uh, it doesn't just aim to the articles, to the ideology, but they show how the interaction between them. Okay, the negative critic is the article was not broad enough, not too deep. The article is short, just 3 pages like that. So some details of experiments and debates are summarized very briefly. Okay, it's not that too deep lah. The conversation, the ideology. Okay. Other than that, uh, it focused on Western scientists. As we can see, all the scientists' names are all from the European. Okay, so it doesn't have from the non-European context like Asia or Pacific Asia. Okay, which narrows the historical scope lah. Okay, my personal interpretation, what I can describe about this article is more than just a history lessons. It's a reminder how scientific knowledge evolves slowly through trial, error, and debate. Okay, we can see uh, the scientific knowledge it's changed from era to era, so we can see how the evolution of the ideology from the scientists. Okay, other than that, I think the term used, the origin of the first cell, is very inspiring. When we look at that word, we feel like we want to know more deep about that articles. Okay, like how we can see, it leaves the reader thinking about how the next great discovery in biology might one day complete this unifying feature. Okay, the conclusion of this article, the study of cells has teaches broad aspect of how cell is being identified. The hard work and unbeatable effort from European scientists need to be admired and give a big respect and salute to them. Because of their ideology, it has revealed the root of the biology and all the human being understand about what is cells. Right. Thank you. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera.